Officer Heifel, lead us in the pledge, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First item on the agenda is to approve our agenda.
Move. Second.
We have two changes. We need to take off payroll and HR report.
Okay, so we'll eliminate payroll under B and HR report under C. We have a motion by Feldheim and a second by Gage to approve the agenda as amended. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. This time we'll open the meeting up for any public comment. Is there anyone here that would like to address the commission this morning on any issue that's not on our agenda?
Mr. Chair, can I?
Mr. Fiker, go ahead, have a seat. Welcome back.
Thank you. I just wanted to bring to you, Commissioner's attention that there was a letter sent out by Summit Carbon Solutions. It's dated April 1st, 2023. And I'm going to read the last paragraph to you, and I'll give you the letter when I'm done. But what it says is, and this was from Brent Connican, the attorney for Summit Carbon Solutions, but what it says is, please understand, I have to go back for just a second, and I can't verify this, but I've been told that there was approximately 150 of these letters sent out to landowners that have not signed easements. So, anyway, please understand that with a project of this size and scope, it is important for the company to remain on schedule to begin construction in South Dakota following permitting by the Public Utilities Commission. It is our sincere desire to work with you on mutually agreeable easement terms that support the pipeline's timeline. However, if we are unable to agree to easement terms, the company believes it will be necessary to petition the court and begin condemnation proceedings. As such, the offer proposed above and detailed in the enclosed documents will be the company's last offer to you before beginning the process. We hope to hear from you within 10 days from this date. And so it's the ongoing scare tactics, fear tactics, whatever they can possibly use to try to get more and more people to sign those easements. And, you know, I just had a long conversation with my brother, Roger, who has an 800-acre pasture that the pipeline will go diagonally through from the south-east corner through the northwest corner, and he's kind of just caught in between. He doesn't know for sure what to do. The offer that they made him is quite incredible, and so he's just kind of probably not going to do anything and wait and see what develops and what happens. But I just think it's so terribly unfortunate when Summit Carbon Solutions initially did all this promo about how great they were going to work with the people and how they were going to, they weren't going to, the statement was even made that they wouldn't use eminent domain and on and on and on. And now here we are, constant harassment, constant threats, constant fear mongering, and so just wanted you to have that information.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Anyone else here to speak to the commission? Dwayne? Yes. Welcome.
Dwayne Seabrass, just wanted to kind of fill you in a little bit about who I am. Been in the county, been a resident of Brown County for 36 years, born and raised southwest of Gettysburg, South Dakota. I thank you very much for everything you're doing. I'm the pipeline I'm violently opposed to. My dad was involved with the Hawaii Irrigation Project in the 1970s with the National Farmers Organization, and they shut that down. My goal is to shut this one down. I've had a chance to work with 650 farmers, clients. I've sold feed, consulted with over the last 36 years, and not one of those farmers is in favor of this pipeline. It is a boondoggle. It's a real mess. If any of you heard Trent Luce speak on March 29th, you're probably pretty aware that it was a 16-minute audio. If you haven't heard the audio, I've got a link you can go to and listen to it. There's a link there if you want to pass that around, so everybody's got a copy. It's very, what do you say? The way these easements are set up, and as I've been told by several of my clients, if you sign the easement, you not only give the write-up for the easement where the pipeline is gonna be, but you give the write-up for the entire quarter of the land. Your entire quarter of the land, 160 acres, 80 acres, whatever it might be. And as you all know, or can predict, probably is gonna happen, someone's gonna flip these easements over and take cash, take the carbon credit and sell it to somebody. And who it will be sold to is Communist China. There's no question in my mind, Communist China is here to buy the United States. And I know we've got a bill in Congress. I hope it's quick enough to get things stopped, but I just feel China is here to purchase our state of South Dakota. And I'm really upset about it, and I don't want to see it happen. 82% of the land in South Dakota is bought and paid for, has no debt against it. The farmers own the land 100%, 82%. And I'm just afraid that if they come in, look out. It's not going to be good. The packing plant out here, who owns the packing plant?
I can't tell you right now.
Anybody
Not
know?
looking.
Who owns the packing plant?
New Angus LLC is the ownership name.
Is the ownership name, but who's the money behind it? Okay. Well, I'll share with you what I heard about 4 years ago. It's owned by White Oak out of California. White Oak is the communist North Korea mafia.
Korea.
That's what I've heard. So, but you don't hear of anything going on out there. You don't know of any procedures as far as slaughtering an animal, where the animals are sold to, where they're going to. We know the offal goes to rendering, Farmers Union rendering out of Redwood, Minnesota, but otherwise you don't know where it comes from. So China is after to buy the United States, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm a very strong supporter of land. My great-great-grandfather came to America in 1853. December 1st of 1853, landed on a wood ship in New Orleans, made his way up the Mississippi River on a steamboat with his wife and 2 children. Lived in Red Wing, Minnesota for 28 years, and then came west to Dakota Territory in 1881. Settled west of Northville, 4 miles west of Northville. There's 5 cedar trees planted there. He planted them in 1881. His son and his 2 sons went on west and went to Texas to haul freight on the King Ranch in Texas. Came back to Dakota Territory in 1883. Settled west of Gorman, South Dakota, southwest of Gettysburg, and they homesteaded there. And I have 7 of my relatives who used the Homestead Act to own land in South Dakota. My Grandpa Henry has a homestead patent signed by Teddy Roosevelt. That's how important land is to my family and our family. Southwest Potter County, out there in Southwest Potter County, there's 50 quarters of land in the Seabrass name. Never have been sold. My Grandpa Henry never sold any land. My Grandpa Henry, or my great-uncle Leo never sold any land, and my great-uncle Louis never sold any land. They own 50 quarters of land. It's been passed down generation after generation. I'm the 5th generation to own our family farm. So land is very, very important, and when you give up your land, it is a terrible thing, is my mind, if you sell your land. And I don't want to see anybody in Brown County, in McPherson County, any county, suffer and have their land taken away from them by eminent domain. And that's what we're headed for. I don't know if you heard about what happened 2 weeks ago down in Iowa. The governor of North Dakota flew to Iowa because there was going to be a vote in the Senate on eminent domain, and he was able to get the chairman of the Senate committee down there within our last week of session to refuse to listen to the comments, and they declared him insane. He declared it, said, "I'm insane, I'm not gonna listen to it." They canceled the meeting for the entire week for the Commerce Committee. They never voted on the eminent domain in the Senate side, but it passed the House side 73-20. So it's corruption. There's just literally corruption going on here in this Summit Carbon Pipeline. And when you look at the picture, or when you look at the, thanks to Carl Perry, gave me this here, I'm gonna pass
Mr.
this around.
Seabrash, we've got about a minute left. of
Okay.
Public comment, so.
Pass that around. I want everybody to take a look at that. I want everybody to get a copy of this, what Summit says here. Just take one and pass it around.
Good enough?
These carbon pipelines are dangerous, truly dangerous. I commend the commission for delaying the vote on the setback, the 150-foot setback. That is what, April 25th, I believe?
April 18th.
April 18th?
This is when we'll have the hearing.
You'll have the hearing then at
And
that
we'll
time.
decide the following weekend.
Okay, but I'm just upset, really upset, and I wanna hope you, the commission, can keep delaying this thing until we can get some resolve to it. I think it's billionaires stealing money from the government because they have the right to do it,
Okay?
and I'm sorry I'm being so vocal, but I'm just really upset.
No, we appreciate the input, taking time out of the day to come in and voice your opinion. So thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dwayne. Anyone else to speak to the commission this morning? In person, go ahead. Give you a minute here.
All right, Jared Bosley, been here a few times, same way with this Summit thing. Just to do it quick, like Dennis said, they sent that out. Everybody got that scare letter thing. And if you really get into like the fine print of the end of it, it is a one-sided deal. You sign a lot of stuff away if you sign that, just like Dwayne was talking. You're getting rid of it forever. When this Summit deal will be over, and by the time it's built, and it will be foreign country, China, Korea, whoever in there. And I just urge you guys to get the facts before you do anything. They can't give facts because they're not safe, and the guidelines for any of this stuff isn't wrote yet. If there was a deal that said a 6-inch pipe at this pressure breaks, and it's safe at this, they would show you that study. They can't, and they don't want to show you them studies because it is dangerous, and just reassure that, and like Dennis said, it's a very one-sided deal, and there is a pile of people now that I've been on the phone since that thing has went out, just to trying to, well, now what does this mean? What is this? What are we supposed to do here? No one knows what they're supposed to do, and I just don't do anything. Just wait, keep going through the systems here. This 10-day window is just strictly a complete scare tactic of the real nice company that's always wanted to work with us our whole time, and here they are trying to scare you again. And another thing, if Dwayne had a little more time, he gave a talk one time about the actual water side of this and where it's going in the ground by Lake Sakakawea and what it can mix with and make pretty much poison out of our water. And that's something too that needs to be talked about way more. We all know where our drinking water comes from and all out of the cows. Just for everything up and down this, and you start to wreck the Missouri River out there, it's going to be a very bad deal. And even the fishermen, I've been talking to buddies of mine that, they're not nothing to do with ethanol or this pipeline, but they love to go fish and are getting pretty damn concerned about this out there now. They're talking economic things that way too. I don't know all the molecules it needs to mix with, and I don't know, maybe someone can tell us what that molecule is that can make it dangerous. I bet they won't though. Just my input again, and thanks for the time, guys.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jared. Thank you.
Just
Anyone else?
briefly on the water, 17% of the water flowing through the United States flows through the Missouri River, from Three Forks, Montana to St. Louis, Missouri, 17%.
Yeah.
And if that's contaminated, we don't have any water to drink in Aberdeen. I don't have any water to drink in my house.
Okay. Anyone else out there online, phone, in person, anyone else? Thank you very much for taking time out of your day, gentlemen. We'll move on to the proclamation for National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. We have a proclamation today that I get to read. Whereas emergencies may occur at any time that require law, fire, or medical services. And whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of law, fire, and emergency medical professionals is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our law enforcement officers, firefighters, and EMTs is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who contact the Brown County Communications Center, and whereas the public safety dispatchers are often the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services, and whereas public safety dispatchers are the single vital link for law enforcement, fire, and emergency medical professionals by monitoring their activities by radio, telephone, and computer, providing them information and ensuring their safety. And whereas public safety dispatchers of the Brown County Communications Center have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients in Brown County, South Dakota. And whereas each Brown County Communications public safety dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their duty in the past year. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Commission of Brown County, South Dakota declares the week of April 9th through April 15th, 2023 to be the National Public Safety Telecommunications Week in Brown County in honor of the dispatchers whose diligence and professionalism keep our county and its citizens safe. Good morning. We have some of our dispatchers with us this morning, and we can't thank you enough for everything that you do, and we're proud to declare this proclamation and hopefully approve it and to show our appreciation and thank you. So, would you like to say anything at all? Okay. All right, we have a proclamation before us. I would entertain a motion. We have a motion by Weiss, second by Gage to approve the read proclamation. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thanks for everything you
Again,
do.
thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. To you and your crew.
Thank you very much, Chris.
We wouldn't be safe without you. All right, next up, Annual Conference of Director of Equalization, Gene Letsky. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning. As per SDCL 10-314, the Director of Equalization shall meet with the County Commission at the Office of County Commissioners on the first meeting of April for conference in reference to the performance of the Director's duties. First Tuesday in April is last Tuesday. What a difference a week makes. But, and over the next couple of weeks, we will get to hear from some people that don't think the director is doing a very good job, as we have county boards coming up. For the most part, what we'll do here is just kind of organize how boards and things are going to go. Our first county boards are going to meet this morning. As soon as commission is done, I'm actually on the agenda for 11. We'll organize as a board, take care of all the easy, quick stuff, exempt statuses, senior freezes, that kind of thing. We plan on meeting again as a county board next Tuesday at the 18th. Sounds like a busy day, so we'll do it in the afternoon. We'll meet again at 1. Then, as of right now, I have several stipulations we've made for county board for next week. And I currently have 8 contested appeals that we'll hear next Tuesday. Hopefully we can get that whittled down and get something done before then. This afternoon at 1 o'clock, we'll meet as a consolidated board. That'll consist of, county commission, city council, and school board member. The county does have to have the majority, so typically we have one city councilman, one school board member, and in that case we need at least 3 commissioners. That's kind of, I think we have lined up for this afternoon. We'll meet at 1, we'll organize as a board. I have a few stipulations and corrections that will be ready this afternoon, so we'll get those taken care of, so we at least take a little bit of time. Otherwise, coming to meet as a board is about a 30-second meeting, and that's just a waste of everybody's time. So, last week, I never got to the office once last week, so I'm not real sure where we're sitting as far as what we can get done this afternoon, but I know we have a few that we can get taken care of this afternoon. Consolidated, then we'll also meet on the 2 weeks from today, on the 25th, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon again. And I have, at this point, I have 9 contested appeals within the city of Aberdeen. Hopefully I can whittle those down a little bit before then. I have a few stipulations, corrections, things that we can get taken care of by then, I hope. We can also meet on May 2nd. That would be the last day, where either of the boards, hopefully, in the past, we've never met that day. We've always had everything wrapped up, but we do keep that day open in case there's something that comes up during the boards that we can take care of on the last day. Otherwise, got our equalization factors from the state. Our ag equalization factor is 0.85, so they've approved all of our adjustments and such as we've sent them in. So that's saying we're at 100% median, 85% equalization factor. Our non-ag factor, 0.97, meaning that we will be reducing assessments by a multiplier of 0.97 to get to taxable value. We are still within the statutory guidelines of 85 to 100% median. That number would say we're at a median of about 88%. Better yet than that median, and it doesn't get talked about a lot, is our coefficient of dispersion is about 17, which is as good as we've had in a long, long time. That's a uniformity number, stating your average, how close your average assessment is to the median. Statute requires it to be 25 or less. 17 is, well, ideally you're at 0. That means every fill that comes in is exactly on the median. The bigger that coefficient is, the farther your average is from the median, as long as the median is still at one spot. So 17 is pretty good. We're one of the better counties in the state that way. So that kind of being where we are, and otherwise, unless there's some comment from you folks.
I don't believe so. I know Commissioner Feldheim can't be here for either meeting. Commissioner Weiss, will you be available for one or both?
Can be.
Okay.
Prefer not, but
Okay, so
probably can be.
okay, so it'll be the 3 of us then. Engaged dinner or something. Okay.
Thank you.
Typically, a week's notice to give you, but what a difference a week make, like I said.
Yep.
All right.
Gene, do you know offhand, the handful that you've got that you're working on, are those commercial, residential, or what kind of? Just to get an
There's
idea.
gonna be, the stipulations I have today are gonna be commercial. The handful I'm working on, nine appeals in the city. There's about, I think there's 6 of them right now that are residential. One for county, right now I have 8. They're all gonna be, I think they're all small acreage appeals, so residential. so.
Appreciate it, just wanted to get a flavor for which
Yep.
class of
Yep,
properties.
they're probably gonna have more commercial appeals than we've had in quite a while, but we did a lot of commercial. Our commercial property took a pretty big jump the last couple of years, and that's kind of, we were expecting a few there, actually probably expecting a few more than we got, but, I don't know, there's probably more than we've heard in quite a while on commercial property.
Very good.
Alright.
Public safety, so.
Any other questions for Gene?
They,
Thank you,
what a
Gene.
big look
Alright.
at this guy.
See ya.
Lance,
About an hour or so.
they're,
Anybody out there on the phone, would you mute your phone, please?
Do you have a comment?
Unless you have a comment, yes. Thank you. Morning, Mike. Next
morning.
up, Mike Scott, landfill manager, waive fees for the spring cleanup, coming up. Come around every year about
It's that
this
time. Been holding off on it because we just didn't know for sure.
Didn't want to have a winter
No, yeah, we didn't want to have a winter cleanup, so. So, yeah, we need the fees waived from April 28th through May 13th. Same as usual, I guess we're gonna have a 4-car pickup tire limit. We'll have the 2 drop sites in town on the 28th and 29th. I guess just for reference, in the past, we've had anywhere from 8,000 vehicles to 4,000 vehicles during this pre-cleanup period, so it's very well attended, so, and it's looked forward to, so.
No, it's a great service to the community between, you know, the issues we had with the pandemic and the volume we've had there, and response, the flooding that we've had in the past, and hopefully that's not gonna be an issue here, we'll find out in
Hopefully,
the
but-
next week or two, so far.
But it's timely if it does happen, so,
Mhm.
we're there for 3 weekends and 2 full weeks, so.
Well, I get a lot of feedback pretty consistently, both for the landfill as well as the dumpster sites, especially the ones around Aberdeen, now both of them. And the one on the south side of town is still a bit of a work in progress, but, people appreciate as soft as some things are, having a pretty good firm surface and a clean, well-organized place to be able to bring, their refuse is well appreciated.
Yeah, on some of our sites, as Dwayne noticed yesterday, that they're not fail-safe either. Those sites get dumped 3 to 4 times a day on the weekends, and that overnight between 5:30 and 8 o'clock at night, they just get filled up to the top.
I've never seen so much debris around the
So,
dumpsters.
when they get overfilled, the residents just want to keep throwing their trash on the top, and it
Mhm.
spills off onto the ground, and then we have to go clean it up. Nobody realized that somebody's got to clean it up when they
Yep.
make them out, so we just really appreciate it. If they just wait
Mm.
to dump their trash if the cans are full. So, we spent most of yesterday on our holiday cleaning up somebody else's trash.
Sure.
So, anyway,
All right, I would entertain a motion to approve the waiving of the fees for spring cleanup. Motion by Weiss. Second by Dennert. Any further discussion? I know it's very much appreciated by the residents and taken advantage of every year in both spring and fall, so it's a good community effort.
it really is, so.
You bet. All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Just one more thing on I think I sent everyone some information on the Windmeyer train derailment. That debris has been coming to the Brown County landfill.
Yep.
I think they're pretty well wrapping that up right now, and we've taken in 205 loads and roughly 2,200, almost 2,300 tons from that site. So, and a lot of it really wasn't contaminated. If you looked at any of this online and looked at some of the pictures, a lot of it was lumber rail cars that
Mhm.
that had tipped. There was some liquid asphalt that solidified and some other material, but for the most part, it was just junk, garbage, so
Very good.
that's all I got.
All right, Mike, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate your efforts. And I was back later and the dumpster site looked day and night. It was-
I was up there. I cleaned it up, so,
Yeah, did a good job.
yeah, all right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to the end of our regular scheduled items. We'll move on to consent calendar.
Approval of the general meeting minutes of April 6th, we met on Thursday.
Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dennert. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claims,
Thought there were
No, just payroll.
just payroll.
Payroll. Move.
Motion by Weiss, second by Dennert, to approve the claims. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Authorize advertising and set date for the floor covering bid.
Move.
Second.
Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Landfill tonnage report for March of 2023.
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Claim assignment,
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
lease,
Move.
Motion by Feldheim, second by Dennert. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
We vote no.
travel request.
Yeah, too late.
Move.
Motion by Weiss,
Second.
second by Gage. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Any other business to come before the Brown County Commission this morning?
Just want to remind everybody about the Brown County Township Association meeting tonight,
Okay,
down in
6 PM.
the, 6 p.m. for the meal, meeting at 6:50.
Okay.
The card did come through.
Yep, mine too.
Anything else to come before the Brown County Commission this morning? Any need for an exec that you're aware of?
I don't have anything.
Anyone else have a need for an exec? Getting by pretty easy today. If there's nothing else, with no need for an exec, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Second.
Motion by Dennert, second by Weiss. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.